See, you join or you don't join, that's okay. But trust me, I have sent a message of a YouTube video in the chat window to everyone. Can you just take a note of it in a notepad or somewhere, people? At least two or three people respond, please. Would you be yes or no? Am I audible? The first place. People, am I audible? Hello?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. So I'll tell you what is this video is all about. Yeah, it's a 1 hour 11 minute session. So it introduces you to what is cloud computing with a use case basically. It's not just running a definition. Yeah, there are lines of definition that you can learn or just read once or twice, right? But trust me, this will give you a deep insight of what is cloud computing, advantages of cloud computing with a proper real time use case. Okay, I run a storyline here. It's a 1 hour 11 minute session. Okay, so just go through that at your free time sometime today or tomorrow at the weekend and post this video. I'm sure you are going to reproduce or talk uh, at least to management level, make them understand what is cloud computing, etc. Without any, uh, with all confidence, with all confidence. Okay. So, so the kind of demo that I'm going to take today is let me run uh, the agenda would be what will we learn during this journey. Okay. So in that, uh, three tier application is architecture. I can start talking about what is EC2, etc., etc. But just forget that. Let's go practically. What is that we are going to learn? Okay, and in this there will be services. So open image in new tab. Right. Okay. So do you see this image clear? Is it visible clearly? Guys, talk to me. I'm not looking at the chat window. Yes or no?
yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So yeah. All right. So fine. Yeah, there is. I can show you I can open up the curriculum of the AWS that my organizers have sent to you and talk to you on each line. But this is a good way. That's what I believe. In fact, I didn't even look what is the curriculum. Okay, I have my own way of dealing the subject. Okay, so this is AWS Cloud. So we are learning AWS Cloud. First thing, when we enter into learning a cloud, are we learning AWS or cloud concepts? So I will take you in such a way that we are learning cloud concept. AWS is one company which enable the cloud concepts services to their customers on planet earth, right? Now what is the difference between when I talk learning AWS cloud and learning cloud? Yeah, if you learn cloud concepts and the implementation of those concepts with a brand called AWS, when you suddenly meet a project on Google Cloud, you will not panic. You will not say a word that, oh, I don't know Google Cloud. No. Now, I know cloud. Yeah, same thing should happen in Google. But yeah, Google is a different vendor. Maybe I don't know how they presented the services via web app or via Android app. Let me just check. That's the confidence you will have. So always learn the concept first. When I say Linux, learn Linux. You will know Red Hat, you will know Ubuntu, you will know CentOS, you will know Fedora, you will know SUSE, everything. The concept is Linux first. Then there are distributions. So If someone is working on Red Hat and you went to an interview where they are working on Ubuntu, if they ask you, "Do you know Ubuntu?" Your answer is no. Yeah, I don't know. How many of you will really say, "Yeah, Ubuntu is not a problem for me." But the straight question is, "Do you know Ubuntu?" You have never worked on Ubuntu, and you might say, "No, I don't know Ubuntu." That's wrong. If you know Linux, you know every version of every distribution of Linux, Ubuntu or SUSE or Debian, anything is basically concept is Linux. Then there are distributions which marks up the or mask the Linux kernel, then put their own applications, etc. Your answer should be, yeah, I'm a Linux guy. I don't think Ubuntu is a problem. 1 or 2 days of some KTs, knowledge transfers from your seniors, or maybe self study would help me out to get into Ubuntu also. That's the answer, right? So when would you say that? When you really understand the concept first. So don't get married to, at least I will not make you married to AWS cloud in my sessions. You will be married to cloud concept. Then yes, we are certainly learning AWS, but when you enter into other clouds, I think your job will be easy. Okay. So what is the curriculum? Yeah. So this is what is AWS cloud, and what is AWS cloud? If you see, where is it? Yeah. So many services are there. Okay, these are service categories. So all services. Yeah, see, it starts with A, and it just goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. How many services are there? I never counted, but 200 plus services. That is what AWS states. It doesn't give you exact number. 200 plus services. Now, so many services. Is this all necessary for to learn? Get me one guy on planet Earth who knows all the services. No one. No one. So what is that we need to learn? And yeah, for example, why would I say no one? Imagine there is a Linux guy who is working on servers. So why would he at all understand and implement, say, for example, Kendra Lambda, no? Something related to analytics. So see, QuickSight, business analytics. Why would he know? Why would I mean uh, where is the necessity of him working in QuickSight at all? QuickSight is for those people who work in business analytics. So there are services which talk about each domain. Okay, so don't get so start any when you are entering or when you're learning a cloud, don't get overwhelmed with these services. Oh, so many services I need to know. No, not at all, not at all. See, you start your career with learning the core services. What are core services? You need a server, so you should know how to bring up, how to launch servers, how to play with servers, what is the price involved with servers, and what type of servers are there, etc., etc. You should know. Then, once you have a server, you want to install operating system. So you should know minimum concepts of operating system, basic commands, right? And Linux is favorite of most of the servers. Yeah, there are Windows workloads also, but in AWS we are going to see Linux. Okay, so once you know the operating system, what is that you need to learn? Yeah, deploying servers. For example, I have a website, I want to put that on internet. For that, I required a server and I went to cloud, I took the server. Then I installed the operating system. Then I need to install a web server. So you should know what is HTTP protocol, what is web server serving you, how does it help you to launch your website, etc. So post learning the web server, you have to deploy your website code. So when I say deploy, you should understand how to deploy or how to make some configuration changes, etc., etc. Once you do that, connecting to internet. So here is where you should know bit of networking concepts. What is static IP? What is private IPs, etc., etc. Once that is done, you need to keep on monitoring your application. Why? Maybe your server went down for some reason. You never switched off. You never turned it off, but it went down or it got rebooted. So you need to know how to monitor your server during production phase. So once monitoring also, I think you're done. These are the core services that you got to learn. Yeah. Now, in this core services, I just gave a a 360 feet overview basically. Now, when you come here, if you see in AWS Cloud, there will be regions. Regions in the sense, where should I want my servers to reside? Maybe in Mumbai, they have regions. A lot of so many regions on planet Earth. Okay, so we'll get to know what is region later. Okay, so region is basically a place where centers are constructed. Now, in each region, there are availability zones. Availability zone is the actual data center. There will be one or two data centers in availability zone. Okay, a region is a place where AWS says, okay, I'm going to put my AWS services. Maybe in Hyderabad also recently started. Yeah, there is Mumbai and now Hyderabad region, two regions in India. Okay. So, okay, if this is Hyderabad, in Hyderabad there are two availability zone. Yeah, there would be more, but I'm just telling you. So, a region is a place where AWS wants to start their AWS, selling out their AWS services to the customers. Now, in a region, what will be there? Availability zones will be there. In availability zones, what will be there? One or two data centers will be there. So, what is a data center? So, if you see data center, yeah, this is a data center, right? A good one is this big. Yeah, see, this is rack servers basically. This is a server. Yeah, you have seen laptop with a monitor. You have seen a desktop with a monitor. But remove the monitor. This is the server. This is your CPU, right? And how big is this room? And this is just fraction of one floor. So big buildings will be there, and these are all servers. This is how a data center looks like. Now, how big is that? I mean, don't just get into a mode that is AWS data center. See, this big is this data center. There will be at least 10 or 12 floors, and in each floor, we have seen the previous diagram, right? So many servers would be there. So it's a $1 billion investment, guys. I mean, from a company to start data centers. Okay. So coming back to our diagram, where's it? Yeah. So imagine this is one. So I'll just show you a couple of data centers I told you, right? So let me see. Yeah, here. Yeah. See, if this is the availability zone, in this availability zone, there are three data centers. Okay. And what we have seen here in the diagram, there are two availability zones. So how does at least AWS Cloud build is uh, a region is this country or is this city where AWS starts rendering their services to customers. And an availability zone is a collection of data centers. When they say there are two availability zone, what does it mean? Similar to these buildings, 100 kilometers away, there will be other two or three buildings. Other two or three buildings, 100 kilometers away. Okay. So why 100 kilometers away? What is the advantage to you as a customer? Fine. Imagine you have a website. You hosted a website in some server, and that server is sitting in this building. You should ask questions. What questions? What if my server goes down? What if this building goes down? Power outage is there. So yeah, natural disasters. So many things can happen, right? So here you need to understand a concept called disaster risk. This is your common questions. Don't learn it technically. Learn it very logically. What happens if this building goes down, power goes down? I need to have my server, website running 24 by 7, 365 days. Fine. You can take advantage of disaster recovery. What is disaster recovery? Upon disaster, you can recover your website. That is what is disaster recovery. So what is your plan? I would 100 kilometers away, I know that there is one other availability zone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to launch my website, the same website there also. If this goes down, I will quickly
నా
enable that.
నౌకాకి
So
అక్కడ వెనకాతలు పెట్టారు సో దట్ ఇది పోతే అక్కడ ఆటోమేటిక్గా తీసుకోవడానికి.
who is it? Yeah, someone should go on mute. Yeah, okay, thanks. So that's what is disaster recovery, right? See, if I start talking, disaster recovery as a concept, you might feel it, something new, but no, it is just a question that was lingering in your mind. So learn technology in that way. And I think I would talk to you in this way itself, almost all the classes. Okay. So if you come across, what is our curriculum finally? So this is a region. So we need to understand what are regions, how many regions are there. Do we need to mug up? No, not at all. The concept. If you ask me, if I'm in interview, imagine if the manager or if the interviewer is asking me, tell me how many regions are there. I don't know. Why would I know those numbers? Oh, regions. We need to check the documentation. Don't you know this also? Come on, I have an answer for that. Let me tell you. Global infrastructure. If you see, where is it? Okay, I would prefer going into the documentation basically. Yeah, AWS itself. So if you see, 30 launched regions are there. 30 launched regions. So if you see all these greens are launched regions. For example, if you go to here, Hyderabad launched in 2022, that is three availability zones. If you go to Mumbai, it is 16 and 2016 and two availability zones are there. So start counting the green and they are 30. Okay. So to the manager, I would just say, go to the, ask Amazon documentation or ask Amazon how many regions are there today. Don't you know there are 13? I don't know because when I checked previously, there was 20 plus. And see, if you see this red coming soon. So maybe in next month, these two regions will come and this will become 32, right? So never ever go, try to remember numbers. This is for freshers or non-ITs. I know experienced people know this, right? So, concept region you should know. How many regions? Let's check the documentation. That is the answer. That's it. And do people appreciate those answers? Certainly not if they are egoistic. Managers, yeah, sometimes you might meet egoistic people, but sit and explain to them. That is not the way to remember, the number games basically, right? It might expand or they might remove data centers. We don't know. Okay, it never happened that they removed, but yeah, they could. Why not? If they don't see business in Hyderabad, what they would do? No, let me not talk to Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad. If they don't see, yeah, these guys have only one data center. Yeah, one region. Say if they don't see something here running in Canada Central, they might remove it, right? Yeah, it can happen. Anything can happen in business. Right. So we need to know what is region. We need to know what is availability zone, and because there are multiple availability zone. What is the advantage of this presence of multiple availability zone to you, dear customer? I talked about disaster recovery or a backup and restore plan. So many things we can do, right? So that we need to understand. This is basically learning technically plus learning solution architect wise. So you should be able to give a solution to the customer. Because if you are meeting a customer, is saying, "Hey, what if this availability goes down?" You should have an answer and a solution also, right? Fine. Then once you have the availability zone, let's enter into the big block that is VPC. So what is VPC? Your own networking, your own cloud in public cloud. So this is public cloud. So what does public cloud means? Simple. Anyone can go and register into AWS and start spinning up servers, start storing your data, start launching databases. So many things you can do. All services, as I told you, right? And you can even bring satellites. You can even construct, or start implementing your satellites. Where is it? That's my satellite. See, ground station. You can just put up ground station using AWS service and you can start communicating with satellites, right? So many things can happen. Okay. Yeah, anyway. So uh where was I? Where was I? How did I miss? What was I talking? What was I talking? Please, people. Availability zone. Yeah, disaster recovery, all those plans should be, understood. Okay. Once that is done, yeah, pardon?
You're talking about registering. Even we can also use it for public.
Yeah, yeah, right. So, yeah, exactly. Public cloud. Now, in this public cloud, I want to have a private cloud where no others should have resources. Yeah, you can do that. In a public cloud, you can create your own private cloud. That's called VPC in AWS. It's called Google private cloud in Google, and I don't know what they call in Azure. you know but yes, there will be there, that's it. If you ask me create a private cloud in Azure, I'll not say no. I'll just get into Azure platform and start learning, or playing with the private networks there. I think it's called private network or something. Okay. So that's a VPC. That's your own private cloud in public cloud. Fine. So in VPC, so we need to understand how to create VPCs. What are the elements that go in creating VPC? For example, there is internet gateway, there is router, there is route tables, there is network access control list. That means firewalls. There are security groups. So many things are there. So we should know to learn all the concepts of VPC. So once you create a VPC, now you know how to create your own clouds. You get into this area and you start creating subnets. So subnet is a component of VPC. So you should know how to create VPC, then subnets. So this is public, this is private, this is private. So what does it mean? You need to understand what is public, what is private, how to create it. Public means customers can see these servers. That is internet. This is on internet. Private means this is not exposed to internet. Why do you want to do that? That is what is solution architecting. So I would like to put my website here, but my database I won't put in public subnet because public subnet is exposed to internet. Maybe anyone can hack. So I would want to restrict, safeguard my databases in private subnet. Now anyone in the outside world cannot touch my or cannot even enter into this network because that is private. So I need to know what is how to make private networks, etc., etc. Now, but this website is browsed by a user in a browser, and maybe he's giving his order details. I want to purchase something from a website, right? So that information should go to database, right? So who is the people who can talk to private subnet? Only this web server. So, what is that we need to do? We need to add firewalls in such a way that anything from outside should not be allowed. Only traffic that is allowed is from public subnet server. That's it. So, this is what our firewalls are all about. Understanding, discussing like network access control list is this and that, is this and that, security groups are this and that, this and that. Meet the problem statement, then solution we are going to see via learning new concepts. Simple. That way you will remember it. Almost, I'll not say forever, but at least after 10 years also, if I ask, yeah, there are some firewalls, that way you will talk. Okay. So yeah, so once this is done, subnets, etc., firewalls, etc., inside let's go. What is this? Servers. So you need to launch servers. For that, you need to learn some virtualization concepts, how to launch servers, etc., etc. Here we will have lot of server types, etc. So you need to learn all those things. Maybe your server stores some, say you are a media website. That means there are videos or audio files in image files in your website. So where to store the files? Media files. There is some S3 storage service. So I'm going to ask AWS, hey, I'm a website, I'm a media website, and I have lots of images, videos, etc. Tell me, do you have a best solution to store my data, which is cost effective? Because instead of purchasing terabytes, petabytes of hard disk, do you have any solution? Yeah, AWS will come and say you, yeah, I have a service called S3, unlimited storage. So I will start loving S3 and I'll start implementing, storing all my data in S3. That's how you will get into S3 service and start playing with it. How does it help you as a customer, right? Fine. Once it's reserved, maybe this has got database. So database, I'm going to ask, hey, I know how to install Oracle. There is my DB admin who can install Oracle, etc., etc., and who can maintain also. But do you have any service which can just launch Oracle database with a click? And AWS will say, yes, please go to RDS service, that is relational database service, and that's called managed services. What does it mean? You just tell me what software you want. I will install, I will maintain, I will ensure that it runs forever. That's what they will say. Okay. So any cloud is a shared responsibility model, boss. What does that mean? I am going to ask AWS, give me a server. So what is that way to reach launch servers? Services under compute. Where is compute? Yeah, under compute, there is EC2, virtual servers in the cloud. So I need to go and play with EC2 service to launch servers. But I'm asking AWS code, give me a server. It just gave like this. Okay. Now, uh, why I'm saying that? Okay. So once you have server, what is that I'm talking? Yeah. So this server needs, maybe our application needs storage. So I should ask AWS, hey, tell me where can I store my data, and it is going to tell you storage S3 service. There are a lot of storage services. Yeah. So which one is suitable? Ideally, the case I'm talking is suitable for, we this is the service which is suitable to our current requirement. That is the example I'm talking. But there will be requirements to go through and click on S3 Glacier and start storing data. It's all about requirements of the customer, right? So you should be able to launch servers, destroy servers, because I don't really need servers anymore. If that is the case, you know how to terminate them, etc. And also you need to understand bit information about pricing. Because why pricing? Yeah, pricing, always there will be billing department who takes care. But as a solution architect, or as a AWS, a big man, not a cloud engineer, I'm talking, a big man, you should be at least knowing a bit of pricing or models, how it works, how pricing works, so that when you meet a customer, you are in a position to talk to them, right? So,
Uh,
yeah,
I have a
this is it.
question.
Yeah, no, just give me a minute. Let me
Okay.
just understand if I have done. Yeah, there is auto scaling group. So we need to come to a use case where we should learn auto scaling group. For example, I have one server running, and I'm going for a sales day, big sales day, 99% discount on every product you touch on my website. So what will happen? Lot of people will come. This server goes down. So I want some beautiful mechanism. What? If the server receives touches 1 lakh customers, I need one more server. I need one more server. I need one more server. If those customers are going away, if that server is just getting 10 requests, kill that server, kill this server, and come back to original server. So that is what is called auto scaling group. Okay. So you need to plan and load balancer. Load balancer is behind these scenes, there are multiple servers, same web server, same website. But people will come to load balancer. Load balancer will send first request to this, second request to the other server. So round robin way, right? So you need to understand load balancers here. That's it. That makes you a good, what? Good engineer basically, or good solution architect also, right? Yeah, so this is the curriculum that we are going to learn. Okay, all right. I think I'm done, but I sincerely request, yeah, just go through this video, because repeating this 1 hour video when the class starts would be a bit tough. But yeah, if majority of you didn't go through, I have to repeat this, because this is the start of my session, my actual production sessions. What is cloud computing? If you know the story, we can just get into cloud. Okay. All right, people, I'm done for the what so called demo. Okay.
Okay. Uh, Professor, I have a question actually. Are we going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go through this process, for example, of creating a web server or a web services and everything
we are,
in this
we are
process? And for example, I work with different, for example, I'm not really working with website development and everything, but I just want to get an example. And would we cover that in the process?
yeah. I think sometime back, very long back, I'm saying. Just I'll tell you.
Hmm.
Uh, is it Oracle? Is it Oracle? Was it? Yeah, PHP. So this is the application that we have developed. I mean, we have hosted it. So what is this is basically there is a front end, there is a back end database, and the front end customers can come and start, doing some operations, CRUD operations, which updates the database. So it is similar to this architecture.
Okay, so we would
This is a
cover
web
that something
server.
similar, right?
Yeah, this is web server, and this is, yeah, it's a two-tier architecture. There is no application server, but ideally, I would like to have three-tier application server also. So web server talking to application server talking to database. So this is the exact deployment we are going to do.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, which application? Don't ask me to deploy Flipkart. I don't have that code also. Okay.
Oh no, no, I don't. No, I don't
No, no,
want to
I'm
that
not
level. I
talking
just
to
want
you. Uh,
to.
you're
Okay.
Shravan,
Right.
right? You're
Yes, I'm
Shravan,
sure.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So people, anyone who are not experienced, non-IT, etc., they're worried, real time. I know. Seven, you're experienced person, is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, good. At least I have Shravan and one other person. What is his name? Pradeep, right? Yeah, there are two people I think who can endorse me what I'm going to talk.
Oh, actually,
So we
my
can.
background is from on OCI. Actually, I work in Oracle. So
Oh, that's
it's
fine.
on
See,
OCI side.
any domain is fine for me. Okay. So I'm going to tell you for non-IT people or people who are with gaps, etc. What is real time? What is real time? Okay. Flipkart is real time. ICICIbank.com is real time. People talk in majority of places we give real time banking projects. How can they give banking project? Did they develop that banking project? I'll tell you what they do. They will have a front end where you can register. They will have a back end database, and once you enter an amount, it shows that your balance is updated because in the database that is updated, fine. But what is banking? Banking is back end financial transactions, ledgers, accountings, consolidations. Lot of things will be there in banking behind the scenes in real bank. That's the banking project, not just a front end and a back end. Okay. So when I go for those kind of things, can I put banking experience? Not at all. Because if they ask you what is a ledger, how do you reconcile a statement, where is your answer? You just know how to talk to front end. That's it. So that's not the kind of projects. So that's a domain where you cannot even fake up, right? So what is that you can do? Trust me. You have a Flipkart. Can I say I worked on Flipkart? Yes, you can say that. When? When you know what is a web application, what could be the architecture of a web application, and deployments of web applications on servers, right? So this will be a complex architecture, trust me, because there will be multiple databases and multiple middle layers like message queues, lot of things will be there here. But what I'm saying is, say we have a website. So, for example, open source website, open source code, or open source projects. Yeah, we'll go and say PHP or Python anyway, anything. We'll just randomly go and download. Yeah, see, blood bank and donation. Yeah, this can be a real project also, right? So download these kind of applications, and once you know the cloud, start implementing them, like deploying them and understanding photo editors, etc. Music. So what could be music management system? Simple. I never went there, but it could be like Raga.com, or minimum features of Raga, right? You can upload audio files, that is music files, and in the website it get displayed. Maybe there will be categories, etc. But that's not relevant to you. That's for functional people, developers, or testers, or etc. But for you, what is important is music management system contains this architecture, that is website, application server, and backend. That's it. So when you implement these kind of systems, are you doing a real time job or not? Yes, you are doing it. Yeah, this is an open source project, but you are doing it, man. You are a real time guy in that now. You can just talk. Okay. So understanding the concept and you know deploying applications, you can just say that I work for Flipkart. I played a major role in implement in deploying these Flipkart applications. You can say that. Trust me. Okay. I agreed. My other experienced friends. Does
Yeah.
it agreed or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So understanding logic or concepts is the main thing. Experience just comes in. Okay. All right. So yeah, who was it who asked me this question? Man, sorry, I got you. Shravan, right? Yeah, Shravan. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the actual workflow that we would do.
Okay. Yeah. I understood.
Yeah. But I think we'll do this in third week. By third week, we will be deploying applications.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So with me, there is a step-by-step approach. That's, for example, if I just log in, you know, so learn cloud with KDM. Sorry, that's wrong. Five, two, three, 6, 8. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So there are services. So first we'll start with IAM service. Why? There is a reason. This is the start of any cloud, any cloud. So we start learning cloud IAM service. That means the same service is available in Google, in other clouds also. When tomorrow there is a Superman cloud or Superman cloud, in that also, the same kind of features will come. Okay. So when I click on something, I should have a reason to click. So first we should talk about a reason, that is the problem statement. Then we'll solve that problem via going into a service. That is the way of approach. Okay. It might be slow initially, few days, but yeah, we should cope up. And the recommendations of learning, how you should do. Yeah, anyone who is new to cloud or wants to get into cloud, I'd simply say, yeah, you're busy guys, at least working people are busy, and it's tough to allocate hours of studies for your career leaps, right? And other people who are not working, who are just sitting idle, I think they should spend more time. But whatever, there is a way to learn. I'll tell you what. uh, yeah, if you're a bookworm, you can read books, you can spend a lot of time, fine. This is not applicable to those people. But anyone who is not good at learning, when I say not good at learning, they don't have time, they lack sitting in front of your laptops, etc. Simply what you should do is, when take a session, I would explain a reason to go to identity access management, and I will demonstrate a lab. For example, I will create a user. I will end this session. You should be able to understand why IAM, because with the problem we came into this service. Then we solved it by clicking on add user. So once, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So once our session, everyday session will have something like this. What is that? Uh, 15 to 20 minutes of understanding the service. Then a lab every day. Okay, at least there will be at least two sessions where we don't have labs at all, just theoretical. Okay, so what you should do is, on the same day or next day before coming to the class, just do that lab. Be a robot. What I have done, you do. That gives you a confidence. Oh, I know how to create a user, and I know why I should create a user. Everything is clear. You want to know more of it? If you are interested, if you have time, do that. But at least run like me, like a robot for 10 days, who don't have time, etc. After 10 days you can bring up your R&D mind. Oh, Prasad told this, but what about what if I do this way, that way, etc. Think like that, not a problem. But first 10 days be like a robots, so that you get into a learning path with me. Okay, that's the best way. Otherwise, I know experienced people, what generally happens is they attend the classes, and non-experienced people also, they attend the classes. Trust me, everything you will understand, whatever I talk, and what I don't know, I don't talk. Okay, so be sure of it. And Yeah, you will appreciate my classes mostly. Okay, you will travel with me for 10 days, and you will be understanding the concept. But starting from second week, third week, oh, I didn't do that lab, but that's okay, I will do it later tomorrow night, etc., etc. After 15 days, that's it, you lost totally. You're just attending classes, you're taking the concept of that class and living. That will land you nowhere. It's waste of your time and waste of your money. So just spend half an hour after the session, before next day complete the lab. That's it. At least 70 to 80% you will catch up. Okay, hope that is a useful school of thought that I gave, right? Okay, all right. So any more questions? Any questions? Hello. So there is Manish, Manoj, Pradeep. I think what? Manish, Pradeep, and Manoj. My organizer has messaged me that she needs some details from you. It's okay if you don't want to give, just don't give, right? But just tell that I'm not interested. That would help her to understand. Okay, any questions from your side?
Is it the same timing for classes daily?
I don't know. I just got the schedule for a demo, but let me just plan what's happening with the schedule there, Shravan.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. So anyone who missed my YouTube URL, yeah, it's not a professionally designed video. It was just picked up randomly from a demo, but I thought that's a useful session that everyone should go through. Okay, so yeah, I pasted the URL where it just says what is cloud computing with a use case. So just go through that. Okay, so one request, people. Who's it? Uh, Manoj, Pradeep, are you guys there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Pradeep and Manoj, I think the admin is asking some details, right? She just messaged me in WhatsApp. It's not compulsory,
Sure,
Pradeep,
I'll
Manoj.
call.
No, no, no. Pradeep, it's just not compulsory. But the better way to communicate is if you're not interested, just tell her. That's it. That's the best way, right? Otherwise, they will start bugging you. You understand, right? That's their job, so they do their job, right?
Right.
So, yeah, just tell them. That's okay. Not a problem. Yeah. Yeah, Kirinmai, anything from your side? Kirinmai, that's okay. If they are, they would want to share their details if they want, right? You have informed them. That's okay. All right. All right. Any questions? I would wind up for today. Suresh,
Hello, sir.
Suresh, ఏంటి సంగతి?
Sir, నా బ్యాక్‌గ్రౌండ్ వచ్చేసి లైక్ 2015 పాస్డ్ ఔట్.
చెప్పేవు అదంతా.
యాహ్! సో, నేనేమైనా ఎక్స్‌ట్రా చేయాలా? లైక్ ఎక్స్‌ట్రా లైక్ రాదర్ దెన్ క్లాసెస్ అండ్ ఎక్స్‌ట్రా వర్క్ ఐ కెన్
చాలా
డూ ఫర్
చేయాలి.
మై
చాలా
సో,
చేయాలి.
ఐ వాంట్
When
టు
you want to get into IT, based on
సర్,
your domain experience and your time, your kind of experience that you have carrying, I
సర్,
recommend minimum 6 to 7 months of sheer, I'm not saying hard work. Don't cut your entertainment. Don't cut your cinema going. Don't cut your friends going, parties,
సర్,
etc. Do
సర్,
everything.
సర్.
Do
యాహ్!
everything.
సర్.
Spend only 3 hours per day,
యాహ్!
6 months.
సర్,
Trust me, I can make you enable talk like a 7 to 8 years experience guy.
సర్.
So it's just attitude and a proper planning. That's it.
యెస్
Okay.
సర్.
Moreover, you're coming to, you are interested in this one, right? DevOps, you're
యెస్ సర్.
saying cloud
యాహ్!
and DevOps. Yeah, you can
యెస్.
do that, man. You can do
సర్,
that. But
సర్.
కొన్ని glitches ఉంటాయి. That is. how do you show them that I'm working now? So 6 months staying
Okay.
over, you should start. I think
Yeah, yeah.
this should not be recorded actually.
Sir, sir.
Sorry, Suresh, you can talk to me later if you want. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sir.